working, but then it draws so much current that can glow red hot.
Right.
That thing, right? So,
Yeah. You don't want to do 120 volts. You want
so I haven't tried 120 volts. I don't know what would happen to it. If I go red hot, same thing. So you have to be very quick, or I'll just like melt your tire.
Eventually your wire will just snap because
Yeah.
No, it's designed to go red hot.
Yeah.
That's what the spring is there for tension.
Okay. But, so you were saying 12 volts?
I have 12 volt gel cell batteries I use for robots all the time, so I
Right.
just hook it up to one of those.
Okay.
So it's what I have conveniently, so for you it might be slightly different.
Yeah, but that, with 12 volts works.
Yeah, for me, yeah. So, sorry, you got a question? Thank you, question? Okay. Yeah. Soldering and brazing. It's another technique and tool because I build a lot of models. That's a frame for a Space 1999 Eagle. So I need temperature control solder. To do electronics and stuff like that, same thing, you want to eventually get a temperature control soldering iron for that. That's about 300. If you go as much as 300 for those sort of things. It's like just another technique that you might want to learn, especially if you want to do electronics later on.
Yeah.
You want to learn.
I mean, basically you're talking about either putting metal things together, because solder only works with metal, or you're talking about connecting wires for electronics.
Yeah, like if you want to get electronics, you eventually want to do that. It's same thing. It's practice. Same with the airbrush. Airbrush is a lot of practice too, because if you have no one teaching you, it's so easy to screw up and you get frustrated and you go for your airbrush. So same with my first airbrush. I think I tried it, screwed up. It went away for like 5 years. It came back again. I tried it again. It's like screwed up. Went away for another 5 years. So yeah, it took a lot of practice before I finally found an airbrush, and that worked for me. Computer design. I'm an engineer, so I do a lot of CAD design work sort of thing, AutoCAD. For me, it helped a lot with a lot of the props, for me to design stuff for 3D printing and for making my own plans sort of thing. There are free programs out there. I think Fusion 360 is a free program for doing 3D stuff. Like I said, you'll never know. Sometimes all of a sudden you find a need for it, and I'll show you later on certain things that I found.
Even if you're not going to actually 3D print it, it's often useful to sort of plan it out, like do a set of plans from every angle, and basically doing it on the computer is the
Yeah,
easy
because
way.
I've used like a little toy figure. I did a rose-powdered gun. I found a little figure of Mickey, which had a little gun like this big. I measured it up, drew it up in CAD, and I glued it up to full size and printed it out, and used that as a template to make my big gun. So vinyl cutting. So that's where it came in for me. Vinyl cutting is designed originally for scrapbooking, but I can use it to cut vinyl, separate piece of vinyl, and I use that for mats. So this is a Dr. Who glass. You'll see parts of the vinyl on there and parts of it in glass etched. So I made a master. So once I made the master, I can do like multiples of it now. So, right? So watch out, it's cracked there. So there's a little crack there, so watch out.
Yeah. The basic idea is you use you basically make a vinyl mat that you put on your glass object, peel off parts of it, and then you use basically it's an acid paste that you paint on, and if the parts that are the bare glass, it'll etch that, and the parts that are covered with the vinyl masking, it won't. So then when you clean it off and peel off the vinyl at the end, you end up with an etched pattern. So it's good for making like basically glasses.
And for masking for painting.
Alex has done some Klingon mugs for me that basically you just pick up like glasses at the dollar store, like a glass mug or whatever, and put your
logo. Yeah, once I made the logo, I can scale it up and down and put it on anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So do you cut the vinyl? You have a machine that cuts the vinyl.
Yeah, I got a machine.
Yeah.
So I can do multiple dollars. Once I do the design, spending all the time doing the design, I can keep doing it over and over again. Right? There is a lot of fonts that are like logos that you don't have to design it yourself. You can just download the font for whatever logo, and then all of a sudden you can print it and scale it whatever you want. 3D printing. So 3D printing is relatively, well, not new, but there's a whole bunch of different types. FDM is the most common one. This is a little printer I have here. Cost me about $250 sort of thing.
Our booth is just downstairs from here, and 2 booths over from us, or 3 or whatever. Just down the road from us is Toronto Library, and they've got 3D printers.
Yeah,
that you
Toronto
can-
Library has a 3D printer. You take a lesson there, and then you use that printer.
So they actually stamped me out this and just handed it to me yesterday. A little Klingon logo that they just pulled out of their printers.
So this is Ray's staff of Star Wars Force Awakens. A friend had one, and I saw it, and I was impressed with it. So I designed actually a tag, all the parts, and I 3D printed it. So it was parts printed, and you'll see the lines on it, and the scratch stuff. So yeah, they're all individual. It's on a 1-inch wooden dowel.
Oh. So did you carve the whole dowel as one?
No, I just went to like Home Hardware, bought a 1-inch dowel, and all my pieces slide into it. I designed it so it just slides in together, and it's like a pocket, like. So that's where it says, when you learn the software, you can start designing your own. But there is a lot of free stuff out there too. So on the Thingiverse, someone else has done the same thing. But like I said, I just wanted to learn the software. I decided to try and do it all myself. Like I said, you don't need to learn the software because, like I said, there's so much free stuff out there that you can get a printer and then start printing stuff. But you have to decide how much you're going to use it, sort of, right? So how much products you're going to make, sort of thing. Like the sort of like the library, start off with the library sort of thing, get stuff printed, and then you find yourself printing more and more stuff, and okay, it might be worthwhile to get a printer.
So how many pieces? One, two,
Each one is a piece. Right there. That's one piece. That's one piece. I think that's 3 pieces.
So for those long cylindrical parts, do you print them upwards?
Yeah, they're all vertical. So that was all printed on that.
So you're limited by the height that the arm will right?
Well, they're all 20 rounds. Yeah. Yeah, that was printed. Like I said, every part was printed on that printer.
So Ray's comment, you're limited
By how far off the arm?
On this one, yes, this one I think is 4 inch height. On that one.
of course, different
There are
sizes.
bigger ones than ours, right? Depending on what you need. If you're gonna do like full face helmets, full armor, sort of. So people are doing that. People are doing full R2s. Printed, but so they got like the big printers and all that stuff.
There's a YouTube channel that I did, one of my favorites. It's this British guy named James Bruton. I think his channel is just Bruton or something like that. But he's made a bunch of Iron Man costumes. He makes droids. He's done a couple of R2s, a BB-8. He's currently working. Well, anyway, but if you look up his channel, he does all he has like 6 3D printers in his apartment.
Yeah.
He's like constantly printing out stuff. He's on all kinds of stuff.
So that's when you seriously.
He made a Hulkbuster full scale, mostly out of 3D prints. Like the exterior was just sheathed with pieces of foam, but all the framework underneath it was 3D printed.
Yeah, that's what I say. If you're really into it, sort of thing, then it might get worthwhile to buy it. But then if you only do it once every 6 months, then you can go to the library or stuff like Shapeways.
What's the cost?
Plastic, this roll costs about $27 1 kilogram, sort of thing.
Is it
I
PLA?
can probably do 50 of those. Yeah, because that mostly is air. Sort of thing. A lot of these will have air on the inside, 20% fill, sort of, right?
How long did it take to print?
27 minutes. So yeah, for this one I just like start off and I'll come back. So
The color is no different with this.
I got this on 725 as well.
But
Just painted it.
Yeah, once you paint it on stuff, but some people want, like, they might want black, because, okay, if it gets chipped or stuff like that, you see the black underneath instead of red. Right? So, like I said, I just got them on sale, that's why I had the red. But yeah, if I had a choice,
If you're going to be doing a lot of printing of a specific thing, then you want to start with a wire of that color, obviously.
yeah, it's all preference. There's different materials. PLA is the cheapest and the easiest. ABS, the fumes are not good on it, sort of thing, so you have to.
You can get all kinds of different consistencies. There's stuff called Ninja Flex that when you print it out, it forms like a stiff rubber, so it actually does have a bend to it. But it works the same as any other 3D print material. But some printers work better with some materials.
You have to find, certainly, you have to find two different ones, so.
Do you buy your stuff online?
The local guy, for what, the printer or the material?
Material.
Material, I was the local guy you pick it up from, sort of thing, so, I find it cheaper than actually go online and buy stuff. stuff and get it shipped.
You know what?
So I think the printer also, I think the other printer I had, I got same thing from the same guy. He was local. So. I sort of recommend sort of a finished printer over kit because so to get it working properly, there's like at the bottom there's like 4 or 5 different things that have to come together for it to work properly, and if one of those don't work, your thing will screw up, and if you don't have experience with the printer, you'll be tearing your hair out.
You won't know which of those things it was that
Yeah.
went wrong.
Yeah, and then so starting out with some that, does print right off the bat, and then, some goes on, you sort of realize.
But you're definitely better off starting with little, like, small, relatively flat things to start with until you get the hang of it. Because, like, those pieces of that staff that get built up, if you don't have it adjusted exactly right, as you go up, it could warp, it could be laminated, any number of things that could happen.
Yeah.
And the bigger the piece it is, like, if you have a piece that's going to take 8 hours and you just start it up before you go to bed and get up in the morning,
And it's like nothing but spaghetti.
and you might have just wasted a whole roll of filament. So
And
until you get the hang of it, you're going to want to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, some people have bigger printers that can have 100-hour prints, and you don't want like 78 hour that all of a sudden screws up sort of thing, right? And that, all that material sort of thing.
Yeah, you can't re-spool that after it's all printed in.
Yeah. Photo etching is a chemical etching process. I use it for copper for my modeling stuff, but I can also etch logos on copper, sort of, right? So there are kits.
Yeah, the same as the glass etching, except for metal.
Yeah, so there are kits where you can buy where you put the metal sheet in there and you expose it to a certain way to the chemical, and there's certain chemicals, ferric chloride, ammonium persulfate, and so it's just another technique to achieve what you want. Wall builders use it a lot to do fine detail. Like I said, you can etch into big copper items for logos and stuff like that.
Probably beyond the beginning.
Well, yeah, that's why I say sort of advanced sort of techniques or things to show that there is possible, to do stuff like that.
If anyone has an interest in this, we can talk about it later.
Yeah.
You have a sample thing? Oh. Okay.
I'm a big Aliens fan also, so
Oh.
it's not me together, so that's why. That's my pulse rifle from here. So this is all 3D printed. Most of it on my other printers sort of thing.
So that was printed on a printer this size?
Parts of it were. I have another printer that prints bigger parts, so this is all like it's all filled with wood filler.
How many parts would you say are in that?
About 15 parts. So yeah, same thing. Because I wanted to learn the software, I designed all the parts myself. Right? So it's basically with 3D printing almost the sky's the limit sort of thing. It's whatever you can imagine. Right? And you have to sort of change your thinking. It's like, oh, instead of making a styrene or resin or wood, it's like, well, I can design it in CAD and 3D print it.
And the issue with 3D printing is you have to figure out how it's going to sit on the bed, like which direction goes up, because each successive layer has to have something to rest on. So you can't have an arch without something to support it as you're going up, or it'll just collapse. So there's like a certain minimum angle that you need, or you have to have it print out what's called support material that is just like a basic framework that you then break away after you're done.
Yeah, it's a learning technique. Like I said, the library is probably the best bet.
Yeah.
To go and learn on their equipment sort of thing, and to learn how, like I said, supports and all that stuff, and what's the best way.
Do you know the price on the course?
I don't know. I think it's relatively cheap. I think it's under like $20 sort of thing, because I want you to use it, and I think the material use is like 5 cents a minute.
Yeah, talk to the guys at the Toronto Library booth, which is like down one level down, just right under the escalators, like almost directly below.
Yeah, they have a little tech center there where they can do like video editing, sound editing, and
It's-
stuff like that.
There's the